were supposed to start with provisions of buyback. This is very important to know before going ahead with buyback of equity shares क्योंकि ये हमारे compliance section में आ जाता है. Okay, so these are certain things which has to be strictly followed by any company and its officers before proceeding with buyback. Buyback करने के पहले there are certain forms to be filed, there are certain ratios to be calculated, there are certain analysis to be done, there are certain resolutions to be passed. वो सब होने के आपको पहले reserves check करना पड़ता है, उसके बाद ही एक company buyback के साथ जा सकता है आगे. Okay, so number one, the buy, see this purchase is nothing but buyback. Okay, इसका मतलब होता है buyback. Purchase can be done, मतलब buyback can be made out of A, free reserves, B, securities premium account, and C, proceeds of any issue of shares or other specified securities. तो कंपनी ये तीन चीजें कर सकती है बायबैक के टाइम पे. कंपनी फ्रेश इशू यूज कर सॉरी कंपनी फ्री रिजर्व यूज कर सकती है बायबैक के टाइम. कंपनी सिक्योरिटीज प्रीमियम यूज कर सकती है, या तो कोई इशू सिक्योरिटीज का फ्रेश इशू भी कंपनी कर सकती है. फॉर एग्जांपल प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स इशू करती है कंपनी, या डिबेंचर्स इशू करती है. सो सच काइंड ऑफ इश्यूज कैन बी मेड and accordingly the company can buy back equity. Okay, so basically this is kind of making an arrangement for proceeding your buyback. अभी buyback के लिए हम ये इसका इस्तेमाल क्यों करते हैं? Because whatever money is already accumulated in the reserve, that is for the equity shareholders, that is shareholders wealth, correct? So a part of that money is utilized for payment to the equity shareholders. Equity shareholders buyback के time पे जो हम पेमेंट करते हैं प्रीमियम के साथ, वो अमाउंट इन रिजर्व्स में से पे किया जाता है. ओके, सो बायबैक कैन बी मेड आउट ऑफ, always remember it's free reserves. Free reserves are the reserves which are divisible profits. Okay, your profit and loss account, general reserve, इन सब चीजों को हम free reserves में डालते हैं. Securities premium account का भी इस्तेमाल किया जाता है. These things basically come under the equity category. Okay, we come under the equity category, and also proceeds of the issue of any other shares or other specified securities. So share issue करके whatever money a company gets, that money is also can also be used for funding buyback. Because buyback के लिए आपको fund, आपके पास fund होना जरूरी है, right? For executing buyback, having fund is very important. So these are those areas from where you are going to fund your buyback. Point number 2, there are certain preliminary conditions to be satisfied. यहाँ पर हम A, B, C, D करके देखेंगे preliminary conditions. सबसे पहले buyback of equity shares must be authorized by its articles. If it's not, then hold a special meeting, all right, pass a special resolution, and then you have to get your work done. So number for point A, it should be authorized by the articles. Point B, a special resolution has to be passed at a general meeting of the company authorizing the buyback, but the same is not required when the buyback is less than 10% or when or such buyback has been authorized by the board by means of resolution passed at its meeting. So if the buyback is already authorized, then there is no need of special resolution. And also if the buyback is less than 10% of the total paid up capital and its free reserves. But if at all the percentage of buyback is exceeding 10%, then a special resolution is required through an extraordinary general meeting. Okay. Point C, the amount of total payment towards buyback of equity shares in a year shall not exceed aggregate of 25% of the paid up equity capital and the free reserves of the company. हम जो बायबैक करते हैं वो 25% से ज्यादा नहीं कर सकते. याद रखना, सिंपल एंड स्वीट 25%. 25% ऑफ योर इक्विटी. इक्विटी यानी कि आपका पेड अप कैपिटल प्लस योर फ्री रिजर्व. सो जो भी फ्री रिजर्व्स है हम उन्हें पहले कैलकुलेट करेंगे, उसके साथ साथ हम पेड अप कैपिटल का कैलकुलेट करेंगे, उसका टोटल निकालेंगे और उसका 25% निकालेंगे. अब ये 25% से ज्यादा कंपनी बायबैक नहीं कर सकती. ये जो अमाउंट आती है, ये अमाउंट के 25% से ज्यादा कंपनी बायबैक नहीं कर सकती. नो कंपनी इज अलाउड टू बायबैक मोर देन 25% ऑफ इट्स पेड अप इक्विटी कैपिटल एंड द फ्री रिजर्व्स. Point D, the debt equity ratio. Debt equity is the relationship between the debt funds and the equity funds. Okay, so basically equity, which includes your equity share capital, paid preference share capital, your free reserves. Okay, and debt includes your secured, unsecured, or long-term debts which are owed by the company. जो company pay करने वाली है. So this ratio should be 2:1. The company has to make sure that after buyback the ratio is being maintained at 2:1. मतलब हर एक इक्विटी का इक्विटी के अगेंस्ट आप 2 डेट रख सकते हो. अगर आपके पास 100 रुपए का इक्विटी है तो आप 200 रुपए का डेट रख सकते हो, लेकिन ये रेशियो आपका ज्यादा नहीं होना चाहिए. So even if it is 2.1:1, the company is not eligible. The company is not supposed to go ahead with buyback. Okay. So the ratio should be max to max 2:1. If it's less than 2:1, it's fine. अगर आपका debt कम है, equity ज़्यादा है, चलेगा, not a problem. But if your debt is too much, even a company which is having a debt equity of 8:1, for example, Alok Textiles, अगर आप वो कंपनी का सिचुएशन देखोगे 1-2 साल पहले उनका जब फाइनेंशियल रिव्यू हुआ था, so that company was having a ratio of 10:1, 10 debt था compared to 1 equity. Okay, so that is very, a very disappointing state. Such companies cannot go for buyback. Okay. Point E, all the shares of the or other specified securities for buyback are fully paid up. Okay, this is a very important point, that every share which is getting bought back या जो भी क्लास ऑफ शेयर्स आप बायबैक कर रहे हो, यू हैव टू मेक श्योर दैट दो शेयर्स आर फुल्ली पेड अप. फुल्ली पेड अप यानी कि जो फेस वैल्यू है, whatever the face value is, that face value money should have been received by the company. So only when the shares are fully paid up, that time only a company can go ahead with buyback of equity shares. So what to do if shares are not fully paid up? If shares are not fully paid up, then you have to make a final call and convert those partly paid up shares into fully paid up shares. Say for example, एक शेयर है, एक कंपनी का शेयर है जिसका फेस वैल्यू है 10 रुपया. ओके, एप्लीकेशन, अलॉटमेंट, फर्स्ट कॉल, सेकेंड कॉल सब मिला के कंपनी को 8 रुपया मिल चुका है, 2 रुपया फाइनल कॉल का आना बाकी है जो कंपनी ने अभी तक किया नहीं है. That means these shares are partly paid up. These are paid up only to the extent of 8 rupees and 2 rupees is unpaid. तो क्या करना पड़ेगा? Now based on this scenario, इसका मतलब क्या हो गया? कंपनी को शेयर होल्डर से 8 रुपया मिल चुका है, लेकिन 2 रुपया अभी तक मिला नहीं है. तो कंपनी क्या करेगी? कंपनी फाइनल कॉल करेगी, 2 रुपये मंगवाएगी, 2 रुपया शेयर होल्डर्स पे करेंगे, शेयर्स फुल्ली पेड अप हो जाएगा, मतलब 10 रुपया फेस वैल्यू, 10 रुपया पेड अप. दैट मीन्स शेयर्स आर फुल्ली पेड अप. शेयर्स आपके फुल्ली पेड अप हो जाएंगे. नाउ you are eligible for buyback. Getting my point? Next is, if shares and securities are listed, then buyback will be in accordance with the regulations made by the Securities and Exchange Board of India, that is SEBI. No offer of buyback shall be made within a period of 1 year from the date of the closure of the preceding offer of buyback. 1 year के अंदर company वापस buyback नहीं कर सकता. Only after completion of 1 year, a company can go ahead with next round of buyback if it wishes to. Point now, this is all these points, ये G point तक हमने जो भी देखा, ये जो भी 7 points हमने देखे, these are all conditions coming under points coming under preliminary conditions. सबसे पहले हमने देखा buyback can be made out of free reserves, securities premium and proceeds of any fresh issue. Second one was preliminary conditions. हमने देखा कि it should be authorized by the articles of association. If not, then a special resolution has to be passed. Right? 25% से ज़्यादा कंपनी buyback नहीं कर सकती है. Debt equity ratio कंपनी का 2:1 के अंदर होना चाहिए. The shares should be fully paid up. It should not be partly paid up. The companies which are listed in stock exchange should follow proper norms laid down by the SEBI, and also there should be a gap of 1 year before encountering another buyback. अगर आपका previously एक buyback हुआ है, you have to make sure that there is a gap of 1 financial year, 1 entire year. Okay. Point number 3 is the explanatory statement. If you all remember a while ago, मैंने आप लोगों को एक PDF दिखाया था, राइट, जहाँ पे बहुत सारा स्टेटमेंट्स था, बहुत सारा पॉइंट्स था, and it was loaded with a lot of details. That is your explanatory statement. So every buyback has to be backed with certain literature which talks about basically a statement or an explanation about why the buyback is basically being happening. So disclosure, the necessity of the buyback, class of shares, time limit, shareholding pattern, right, financials, return, taxation, date of board meeting, the buyback method, offer price, minimum amount of buyback, number of shares getting bought back, all these things has to be disclosed in the explanatory statement. So this is the noting of the notice of the meeting at which a special resolution is proposed to be passed shall be accompanied by an explanatory statement stating all these things: disclosure, then necessity of the buyback, class of shares, number of shares, etc., etc. Time limit, every buyback shall be completed within a period of 1 year from the date of passing of the special resolution. Options for buyback, ये methods है जो हमने देखे थे थोड़ी देर पहले, right? So it can happen from the existing shareholders on proportionate basis. It can also from the open market, or it can also happen by purchasing the securities issued to the employees under the option of sweat equity or employee stock options. तो इन ये options available है कंपनी के पास, या तो टेंडर ऑफर के थ्रू से एग्जिस्टिंग शेयर होल्डर से कंपनी प्रोपोर्शनेट बेसिस में मंगवा सकती है, या तो ओपन मार्केट से कंपनी शेयर्स रीपर्चेज कर सकती है थ्रू द हेल्प ऑफ स्टॉक एक्सचेंजेस, और एल्स the company can focus on a particular group, maybe the sweat equity holders or the ESOP holders or a specific group of investors or a group of companies who have invested, and accordingly उन लोग से buyback company करवा सकते हैं. These are the options for buyback. Solvency declaration, this is again a very important thing because after buyback there can be repercussions. बायबैक के consequences हो सकते हैं क्योंकि यहाँ पे आपका इक्विटी डेलिबरेटली कम हो रहा है. So when the equity is falling down, company has to make sure that company's directors have to make sure that the company will remain solvent for a period of 1 year at least. Okay. So since यहाँ पर there is going to be a proportionate change, or there's going to be a significant change in the amount of equity share capital, तो यहाँ पे डायरेक्टर्स को एक कंसेंट देना पड़ता है, डायरेक्टर्स को एक डिक्लेरेशन देना पड़ता है दैट इन द कमिंग पीरियड ऑफ 1 year द कंपनी विल बी सॉल्वेंट ओनली, कंपनी इंसॉल्वेंट नहीं होगा. सो इट्स अ डिक्लेरेशन ऑफ सॉल्वेंसी टू बी साइंड बाय एटलीस्ट 2 directors of the company stating its capability of meeting its liabilities and will not be rendered insolvent within a period of 1 year from the date of declaration adopted by the board. Extinguishment of certificate, these are basically scenario or a process where the existing share certificates or the share register is altered, जहाँ पे आप shares जो भी form में है उसको आप discard कर दोगे, and that much of names and that much of number of shares are going to get out of your register. Also the details of your shareholding pattern, आपके जितने भी shareholders हैं, आपने अगर pro rata basis में buyback किया हुआ है तो उनका equity shareholding भी यहाँ पर alter हो जाएगा, change हो जाएगा. No further issue till 6 months. So company cannot issue equity within 6 months except in case of bonus shares or any conversion of warrants, stock option schemes, sweat equity or conversion of preference shares or debentures into equity shares. इन चीजों के अलावा और कोई भी issue company buyback के बाद नहीं कर सकता. Buyback के पहले yes, company can go ahead with funding जहाँ पे कंपनी कुछ प्रेफरेंस या डिबेंचर्स इशू कर सकती है. रजिस्टर हैज टू बी मेंटेन्ड. द रजिस्टर इज नॉट अ क्रिएशन बट इट्स मेंटेनेंस ऑफ रजिस्टर वेयर द चेंजेस हैव टू बी इनकॉर्पोरेटेड. जो भी चेंजेस हुए हैं इक्विटी शेयर होल्डिंग पैटर्न में वो चेंजेस यहाँ पर इनकॉर्पोरेट हो जाएंगे इन रजिस्टर. ओके, सो बेसिकली व्हेन यू लुक इनटू द शेयर होल्डिंग पैटर्न ऑफ एनी कंपनी यू मे फाइंड द नंबर ऑफ शेयर होल्डर, द नेम ऑफ द शेयर होल्डर, number of shares that they are holding and the percentage of their shareholding. Okay, तो ये रजिस्टर में या ये डिटेल्स में चेंजेस आने वाला है. Okay, that's basically the promoter group होता है, सब promoter group होता है. There can be some other special angel investors, there can be institutional investors, there can be foreign investors, there can be government investments. So several such type of investments can happen and वो सब चीजों का proper documentation होना चाहिए. Return of the buyback and declaration. So company has to file a return of the buyback with the ROC and accordingly the buyback the completion gets uploaded on the SEBI website and the buyback becomes successful with this return part. Okay, लेकिन अगर इनमें से कोई प्रोसेस बराबर हुआ नहीं या टाइमली कंप्लीशन नहीं हुआ then there can be punishment also of rupees 1 lakh to 3 lakhs for both the company and the officers who are involved in the process of buyback, or it may also lead to an imprisonment of 1 to 3 years for the officers. Okay, so ये punishment है अगर buyback में घपले हो रहे हैं या buyback में का process properly follow नहीं हो रहा है, then there can be a litigation against the concerned officers who are involved in the buyback along with the company, especially with respect to fine, penalty and even imprisonment. Then finally we have this capital redemption reserve. This is a reserve which a company has to create when it comes to buyback. Buyback के टाइम पे CRR create करना पड़ता है. हम इसे short में CRR कहेंगे. Okay, we'll call it as CRR, that is capital redemption reserve. ये एक ऐसा रिजर्व है जो कंपनी को बना के रखना पड़ता है बायबैक के टाइम पे, टू द एक्सटेंट ऑफ द फेस वैल्यू ऑफ द शेयर्स व्हिच आर बीइंग बॉट बैक. ओके, अभी समझो मेरी एक कंपनी है. ओके, और मैं शेयर्स बायबैक कर रहा हूँ. गाइस, इज माय वॉइस क्लियरली ऑडिबल? इज देयर अ नॉइज कमिंग इन द बैकग्राउंड? Am I audible clearly, or is there a noise coming in my background? Can you please tell me?
So you're clearly audible.
I'm clearly audible, right? There's no noise
Yes,
coming
sir.
in the background,
Yes,
right?
No, sir.
Okay. Please let me know if there is any noise coming because यहाँ पे बाजू में कुछ ये कंस्ट्रक्शन वगैरह का काम चालू है, सो प्लीज लेट मी नो इफ देयर इज एनी नॉइज, देन आई विल डू द नीडफुल. मैं यहाँ वहाँ थोड़ा नोमैड होके घूमूंगा. ओके, सो डू लेट मी नो. बट ओके, yeah, so CRR is a reserve which has to be created to the extent of the face value of the shares which are being bought back. Let's take an example that चलो मेरी एक कंपनी है, ठीक है, और मैं बाय बैक कर रहा हूँ, मैं आप लोगों को बाय बैक ऑफर पेश कर रहा हूँ. शेयर का फेस वैल्यू है 1 रुपया. आई वॉन्ट एवरीबडी टू पे अटेंशन. द फेस वैल्यू ऑफ माई शेयर इज 1 रुपी. 1 रुपया है फेस वैल्यू, और मैं आपको ऑफर कर रहा हूँ 21 रुपए में, 21 रुपीज. ओके, आई एम ऑफरिंग यू ऑल फॉर 21 रुपीज. आपने शायद 15 में खरीदा होगा, या आपने 10 में खरीदा होगा, या आपने 8 में खरीदा होगा, या आप प्रोमोटर खुद होंगे, आपने 1 में खरीदा होगा, या वट एवर रेट. ओके, आपने वट एवर इट इज, ओके, द सिचुएशन भी, मैं आपको ऑफर कर रहा हूँ 21 रुपए में. ओके, नाउ हियर इन माई कंपनी आई हैव टू क्रिएट अ CRR. जो CRR है, क्या CRR मतलब क्या? CRR मतलब कैपिटल रिडेम्पशन रिजर्व. I have to create a CRR to the extent of 1 rupee. 1 रुपए का मेरे को CRR क्रिएट करना पड़ेगा for the number of shares which I am buying back. अभी आप कितने लोग हो? आप 50 लोग हो, बराबर. You all are 50 people. ओके, 50 लोग हैं आप लोग, राइट, एंड आप सबके पास एक शेयर है. जस्ट सिंपल अंडरस्टैंडिंग. ओके, आप सबके पास एक शेयर है, ठीक है. तो टोटल में कितने शेयर्स बाय बैक करने वाला हूँ? 50 शेयर्स बाय बैक करने वाला हूँ. जस्ट गिविंग एन एग्जांपल ऑफ 50 शेयर्स आई एम गोइंग टू बाय बैक. 50 शेयर्स का फेस वैल्यू कितना है? 1 रुपया है. तो 50 multiplied by 1 is going to give me 50 rupees. That means I, as a company, I'll have to create a CRR worth rupees 50. 50 रुपए का मेरे को CRR क्रिएट करना पड़ेगा. लेकिन मैं आपके खाते पे कितना जमा कराऊंगा? आपके खाते पे मैं 21 रुपए जमा करूंगा. इंडिविजुअली आई एम गोइंग टू गिव यू 21 रुपीज इन योर पॉकेट, in your account. All right, so in on an overall basis, how much am I going to pay to all of you? आप कितने लोग हैं टोटल? आप टोटल 50 लोग हैं, बराबर. यू आर टोटल 50 पीपल. सो 50 लोगों को, दैट इज 50 शेयर्स पे मैं 21 रुपया देने वाला हूँ. दैट मीन्स 1050 रुपीज आई एम गोइंग टू स्पेंड इन ऑल. 1050 rupees I am going to give you all in total. Are you all understanding? But out of this 1050 rupees, 50 rupees जो है वो face value हो जाएगा, and जो 1000 rupees है, that is going to be the premium, because I am buying it at a higher rate than what I had sold you all. मैंने आपको शेयर्स जितने में ऑफर किया था उससे ज्यादा मैं आपको ऑफर कर रहा हूँ रीपर्चेज के टाइम पे. आपने खरीदा कम रेट में, लेकिन आप अभी बेच पा रहे हो एट अ हायर रेट. सो दैट इज ऑब्वियसली गोइंग टू क्रिएट अ बेनिफिट फॉर यू, and that is how you all are accepting the offer also. Are you all understanding the concept? Yes.
Yes, sir.
There's a lot of noise coming in the background. Just a minute. Yeah, now there are no barriers to communication. ठीक है, so अभी आगे बढ़ते हैं. Alright, so all these points are the provisions for buyback. We'll have a small recap of the same. These 12 points we have to remember very precisely, and trust me, once you remember these points, you are fit enough to go ahead with applying buyback. Okay. Number one, purchase can be made only out of a company's free reserves and its securities premium, and by way of any fresh issue of any securities. Okay. कंपनी कभी कभी इन्वेस्टमेंट्स को भी सेल करती है. कंपनी ऑल्सो सेल इट्स इन्वेस्टमेंट सो दैट फंड कैन बी accumulated. Okay. Maybe आपको when the company requires fund for transferring into the escrow account, at such point of time a company may even sell off its investments. Marketable investments को company sell कर सकती है. Point number 2, preliminary conditions. Here we checked out some 7 points. That is, a buyback must be authorized by the articles. If it's not, then organize an EGM, pass a special resolution, and make sure that it is getting authorized. Then 25% से ज़्यादा आप equity buyback नहीं कर सकते हो. आपका debt equity 2:1 होना चाहिए. For companies which are having extensive debt, those companies cannot proceed or cannot go ahead with equity, cannot go ahead with buyback of equity shares. So companies which are having a good proportion of debt equity can only go ahead with equity, can only go ahead with buyback. बाकी companies नहीं जा सकते. A very good example was which I told you all of this Alok Textiles, जिनका literally 10:1 के रेशो पे आ गया था. इनका जो debt equity है वो 10:1 के आसपास आ गया था, which was very bad. Okay, and yes, during such point of time, company goes for an internal reconstruction so that it can sell off its business to somebody else and can revive at least in the future. Okay, but such companies cannot go for debt equity. All the shares of the specified securities should be fully paid up. आपके shares fully paid up होने चाहिए. अगर आप listed company हो तो you have to follow regulations as per SEBI, because there may be timely uploading of your documents. आपका जो public announcement है, आपका जो draft letter है, आपका जो final letter है, आपका जो post buyback notice है, ये सब आपको time to time upload करना पड़ेगा. Then 1 year का waiting period होता है. Once you do a buyback, you cannot do another buyback within a period of 1 year. Explanatory statement के बारे में हमने देखा how this document is created, which has to be uploaded on the SEBI portal, which shows the necessity, need of the buyback, the class of the shares which are being bought back, and several other implications, right? Several other points also, like time limit, the dates for the date of the board meeting held, then buyback का कौन सा method follow किया जा रहा है, कितने number of shares buyback होने वाले, offer price क्या है, basis of calculating the offer price, all these things, the capital structure, all these things are mentioned in the explanatory statement. Time limit, every buyback should be completed within a period of 1 year from the date of the declaration, I mean passing of the special resolution. Options, यहाँ पर buyback या तो open market से हो सकती है, टेंडर ऑफर के थ्रू से हो सकती है प्रोपोर्शनेट बेसिस पे, या तो फिर कंपनी अपने स्वेट इक्विटी या अपने जो एम्प्लॉइज को जो इक्विटी दी हुई है वो इक्विटी भी कंपनी बाय बैक कर सकती है. सॉल्वेंसी डिक्लेरेशन हैज टू बी गिवन बाय द डायरेक्टर्स, राइट? This has to be given by the directors, stating that the company will remain solvent for a period of 1 year from the date of buyback. Extinguishment of old certificates, उसको उड़ा दो, discard कर दो. No further issue till 6 months. Company cannot issue fresh equity for the next 6 months. Register has to be maintained. It has to be continued with several alterations. Return of buyback and a declaration with the ROC. Punishment is 1 to 3 lakhs or both for company and officers involved, along with an imprisonment of 1 to 3 years if applicable for the officers. CRR is something which has to be created, and CRR is something which has to be created when it comes to buyback, and CRR create हम करते हैं to the extent of the face value of the number of shares being bought back. जितने shares आप buy back कर रहे हो उसका जो face value है उसके extent का ही आप CRR क्रिएट करोगे. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर समझो हम 1000 शेयर्स बायबैक कर रहे हैं और हमारा फेस वैल्यू 10 रुपया है, तो 1000 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 10 विच इज 10,000. मैं सिर्फ इतने अमाउंट का ही CRR क्रिएट करने वाला हूँ. इससे ज्यादा अमाउंट का मैं CRR क्रिएट नहीं करने वाला. भले मैं बायबैक 120 में करूँ या 110 में करूँ या 1000 रुपए में करूँ, जो भी हो, बट मैं CRR क्रिएट करूंगा ओनली टू द एक्सटेंट ऑफ द फेस वैल्यू ऑफ माई शेयर्स विच आर बीइंग ब्रॉट बैक. Okay, so I hope till here points are very much clear. We'll quickly check through the procedure also for the buyback. तो अपना यहाँ पे compliance का part हो जाएगा. This procedures I'll just read through once. Okay, ये just एक बार reading ही करना है, but this is just a procedure, right? I mean things to be followed. So ये मैं एक बार read करूँगा, and ये reading होने के बाद में then if at all we are having time, then we can start with journal entries also. तो आज हमारा एक set of journal entry अगर हो जाता है, तो tomorrow we can focus on the next set of journal entries, and I believe by tomorrow we'll be done with journal entries. तो हमारा sums भी start हो जाएगा, because A division में sums solving हो चुका है. Sums have been started, and I am projecting that by next week, by October first week, we'll be done with our all this syllabus. We can have a small discussion lecture also in between in the second week of I mean आपके exams चालू होने के पहले, तो we'll have a good 5-6 days का gap भी रहेगा exam start होने के पहले. So that week we can have some discussions. कुछ अगर doubt solve करना है तो वो I can organize, yeah, whatever possible. Okay, whatever anything possible from my side I can do that. But anyway, I believe we have recorded lectures, so I don't think that is going to create any doubt as such. तो please make sure कि आप लोग recorded videos देख रहे हो, so that कुछ अगर miss out हो गया है या कुछ doubt अगर है या कुछ query है वो आपका solve हो जाएगा. Okay, and if there is any suggestion or any improvement, please let me know. I would love to do that. Okay. Anyway, going ahead with procedure for buyback of equity shares. First, notice of board meeting has to be given. Minimum 7 days notice for the board meeting. 7 days prior the board meeting. In the board meeting, pass a resolution for the buyback. Fix the date for EGM. Approve notice for calling the EGM with special with explanatory statements. Send a notice of EGM. Give minimum 21 days clear notice before the date of EGM. In the EGM, you have to pass the special resolution for the approve for the buyback. Within 30 days of EGM, file form MGT with the ROC for the buyback process. After passing special resolution, letter of offer in form SH8 shall be filed with the ROC, which shall be signed by 2 minimum directors, or one of whom shall be the managing director, if any. Along with form SH8, a declaration of solvency in form SH9. हमने जो अभी पढ़ा था पहले, right? Just a while ago we studied about the solvency declaration, the filing of application for buyback with the ROC, all these things we just now saw. तो ये वही फॉर्म्स है जो हम यूज करते हैं फॉर filing or for for uploading a document or for sending up a notification or an intimation to the concerned authority. So a declaration of solvency in the form SH9 signed by 2 directors, one of whom shall be the managing director, should be filed with the ROC, especially in case of listed companies. Within 20 days from the date of filing the SH8 with ROC, letter of offer should be dispatched to the shareholders. Offer letter shall remain open for minimum 15 days to maximum 30 days from the date of dispatch. So anyway, these are the words like letters and all are being used here. These days we have got mailing system, so automatically ये self system generated through जो भी आपका mail होगा आपका software के through से particular shareholders को चला जाता है, वो shareholders को चला जाता है. Within 15 days from the date of closure of the offer, the shares or other securities lodged shall be deemed to be accepted unless a communication of rejection is made within 21 days from the date of closure of the offer. 15 दिन के बाद whatever offers you are getting, whatever applications you have got for buyback, they will be considered. But उसके बाद भी there is an extra period, grace period of 7 days given, so that people with any people those who want to reject can go ahead with the rejection or don't want to go ahead with the buyback. Separate bank account has to be opened after closure of the offer. In the bank account, deposit the total amount payable as consideration for the shares offered for buyback. Whatever amount you are coming across, जो भी आपका buyback amount है, वो अमाउंट आपको आपके अकाउंट में आपके अकाउंट में डिपॉजिट करना पड़ता, so that your buyback manager will fulfill the payment process. Within 7 days of verification acceptance, consideration should be paid in cash. Within 7 days from the last date of completion of the buyback, share securities brought back should be physically destroyed. Whatever shares you have repurchased, उन shares का हमें हमारे register में alteration करना पड़ता है. After completion of the buyback, register of shares securities bought back in form SH10 has to be maintained. Within 30 days of completion of the buyback, return of buyback with ROC has to be filed in form SH11. All right. So what we could see here in these two slides are in the most simplest form. These are the process for buyback. Buyback का process हमें कैसे handle करना है? What the basic or the main compliances. Okay. So in overall, if we cover it up, we can see that how EGM is supposed to be organized, how buyback gets approved in the EGM, how we are supposed to file SH8, SH9, SH10 and SH11 for various purposes. Okay, एक declaration के लिए हो गया है, एक आपका रजिस्टर के लिए हो गया है, रजिस्टर ऑफ शेयर्स के लिए हो गया, एक आपका आरओसी के साथ फाइल रिटर्न ऑफ बायबैक फाइलिंग का हो गया. ओके, besides that we also in between saw that how an account has to be opened, how money has to be deposited into that account, and how within 7 days the amount has to be paid in cash by the concerned company which is going ahead with buyback. उसके बाद भी there are certain norms which has to be followed by the company with respect to discarding the existing share document or any share certificate, and also that's all, right? Discarding of the physically destroying any share certificate if applicable, and again filing of your final or overall buyback returns. That is एक SH10 का है, which is for register of the share security, which technically reflects your shareholding pattern, क्योंकि आपका जो shareholding pattern है वो यहाँ पर अब change होने वाला है, especially the percentage of shareholding by several people or promoter group और जिन्होंने भी buyback exercise किया है उनसे वो. And finally the return of buyback, basically how the buyback has been carried out, on so and so date, on so and so payment basis, on so and so method basis, so and so number of shares. All these things are filed with ROC with form SH11. All right. So this basically these two slides very clearly talk about the procedure for executing your buyback scheme. ये आपका जो buyback process है, ये पूरा in a nutshell हमें समझ में आता है कि इसको कैसे execute करना है. So I feel these 2 points, these 2 areas which we studied just now, provisions for buyback and these two compliance areas are very important. इनमें से surely ज्यादा नहीं, बट हाँ 1-2 मार्क्स के लिए आपको MCQs डेफिनेटली आएगा, श्योरली आएगा. दो क्या सॉरी 3-4 मार्क्स का डेफिनेटली आपको MCQs आएगा ही आएगा. Okay, so please make sure that you all are learning this precisely. Okay, on the website itself I've shared all these things. ये अगर आप वेबसाइट में जाओगे तो by the way, this is one data I got, prime database जो मैंने आपको कहा था 2019 तक ही था वो, year 2020-21 as of yesterday, कल के हिसाब से ही अपडेट हुआ है. So see 632 issues have happened and 2,63,178 crores का बायबैक हुआ है आज तक. Okay, so this is the data which I just now got. ये जो break दिया था that time I was checking it out. What I was trying to show you all was you are able to see the screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yeah, so do come here. Okay, वेबसाइट पे आना. वेबसाइट पे मैंने कंसर्न फॉर्म के बारे में भी, फॉर्म का भी मैंने लिंक दिया हुआ है. सो डिक्लेरेशन ऑफ सॉल्वेंसी हैज टू बी साइंड बाय एटलीस्ट 2 directors of the company in form SH9. So just click on this link, you will be able to see the form. Okay, SH9 क्या है वो आपको दिखाएगा यहाँ पे. Okay, similarly other parts also, SH10, SH11, ये सब यहाँ पर I have uploaded. Okay, so just click on this link and automatically it will take you to the concerned area where you can download that form and you can check it and you can see it how the thing works. Okay, how the thing is applicable, because in सब forms के गाइडेंस नोट भी होते हैं. इन फॉर्म्स का ये भी होता है प्रोसीजर, नॉट प्रोसीजर सॉरी, बट काइंड ऑफ मैकेनिज्म ऑफ हाउ टू फिल इट, राइट. एक हेल्प डेस्क काइंड ऑफ बोल सकते हैं, वो भी होता है. So that has to be seen first and only then people can go ahead with the compliance. As I said, compliance can be handled by any person. Okay, कोई भी आदमी compliance को संभाल सकता है. So for a person who is not probably a company secretary will definitely have to understand things from the scratch. Okay, will definitely have to understand things from the scratch क्योंकि उनको ये सब चीज basic detail से देखना पड़ेगा. I mean scratch से देखना पड़ेगा. So these things here, okay, capital redemption reserve and utilization तक सारे के सारे points यहाँ पे डाले हुए हैं. Procedure भी यहाँ पे दिया हुआ है. All the procedures have been put, right? Form SH9, SH10, सब कुछ दिया हुआ है यहाँ पे. And trust me, I'm sure this is going to help you a lot. ये आपको surely काफी ज़्यादा help करेगा, especially for your MCQs. And trust me, I am going to ask MCQs from this part. यहाँ से मैं MCQs पूछूंगा ही पूछूंगा. Okay, I'm definitely going to ask. Your duty for the day for today's task is going to be reading these provisions and understanding the procedure. ये दो चीज हो जाएगा पढ़ के आज. सिर्फ one reading मैं चाहता हूँ आप लोग करें. करोगे इतना? Will you all do this much? Not for me, but for your own self.
हाँ sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I want others also to respond. Either put a thumbs up or put Y in the chat box, or you can unmute and say yes. Okay. Let's check this out today and just read it. I mean, just एक बार read करो. It will recall. It will remain in your mind. आपको याद रहेगा. Okay, so do check it out. और मैं analytics में देखूंगा whether people are joining or not. At least these 48 students who are the attendees, I expect you 48 to come to the website and learn it. Okay, I'll come to know कि आप लोग आए थे करके. मैं analytics check करूंगा. So do that. Okay. So with that, I can say we are done with the compliance part, and we can now proceed proceed with actual entries. ठीक है, ऐसा एक feeling आ रहा है कि बहुत जल्दी हो रहा है ये chapter, but anyway it's quite natural, ये जल्दी होना ही है because the process itself is as such, right? हमने concept देख लिया and I think we went pretty fast, right? Quickly हो गया, काफी जल्दी हो गया. So it's good, but I just hope you all are able to understand what we are doing. Can I get some assurance that you all are able to understand? बायबैक का जो हमने बेसिक्स देखा वो आई होप आपको समझ में आया. हमने बायबैक के मेथड्स देखे, आई होप वो आपको समझ में आया. बायबैक कैसे होता है, हाउ टू आइडेंटिफाई, हाउ टू सी, हाउ टू एग्जीक्यूट बायबैक, वो हमने देखा. हमने प्रोसीजर्स देखे, हमने कंप्लायंसेस भी देखे, स्पेशली प्रोविजंस जस्ट नाउ वी सॉ. सो आई बिलीव these things you all have understood to a good extent, right?
Yes, sir.
Great. So now we can proceed further and let's see, it's already 11:41, so we have around 5-7 minutes. तो उतने टाइम में let's try to cover up some journal entries. Okay, एक दो journal entries हम देख लेते हैं. Okay, so do you all remember I had told you all that before that while buying back of equity your share should be fully paid up. आपका जो equity shares होता है वो fully paid up होना चाहिए. But what if your shares are not fully paid up? अगर आपका shares fully paid up नहीं है तो आप एक फाइनल कॉल करोगे और फाइनल कॉल करके आप पार्टली पेड अप शेयर्स को फुल्ली पेड अप में कन्वर्ट करोगे. दैट इज यू आर गोइंग टू आस्क मनी फ्रॉम योर शेयर होल्डर्स. यू आर गोइंग टू मेक अ फाइनल कॉल, यू आर गोइंग टू सेंड अ लेटर टू योर शेयर होल्डर्स and you're going to ask them to pay the remaining money as a final call. तब जाके आपका shares fully paid up हो जाएगा. This is an optional entry in accounts because most of the time, trust me, most of the time shares are fully paid up. Most of the companies का most of the time shares are fully paid up unless if the company has gone through a capital reduction, okay, जहाँ पे paid up value को घटा दिया गया है due to some circumstance. A company may have a partial or an unpaid capital, but most of the times companies have got a fully paid up equity structure. Okay. सो यहाँ पे एक कंपनी को सबसे पहले अपना पार्टली पेड अप शेयर्स को फुली पेड अप में कन्वर्ट करना पड़ता है. उसके लिए कंपनी क्या करेगी? कंपनी विल मेक अ फाइनल कॉल and the company is then going to receive the money on the final call. So let's see those journal entries. So if the shares to be bought back are not fully paid up, then make a final call and make them fully paid up. And could you all understand what it's written? If the shares to be bought back are not fully paid matlab if they are partly paid up, what we have to do, we have to make a final call. हमें एक फाइनल कॉल करना है और जो पैसा नहीं मिला है वो पैसा उनसे लेना है. अभी we have to collect that money. So when you are collecting money, no doubt money is coming in, correct? So bank account तो डेबिट होने ही वाला है, लेकिन हम डायरेक्टली ऐसा बैंक अकाउंट को डेबिट नहीं करेंगे. We have to pass that due entry and all, correct? We have to create a receivable first and only then we are going to debit our bank account. तो सबसे पहले आता है making of final call. So when we are making a final call, we are going to debit this temporary account. ये जो share final call account है इसको हम लोग डेबिट करेंगे. इसको क्यों डेबिट कर रहे हैं अपन? So that a receivable is getting created. See, when I debit this account, share final call account को जब मैं डेबिट करता हूँ तो from my shareholders on based on the final call I am going to receive money. So this talks about receivable. एक पैसा मतलब पैसा जो मिलने वाला है बट अभी तक मिला नहीं है. Okay, so this clearly talks about receivable. Whether you are going to get, whether नहीं, definitely you are going to get money. Okay, we have given a credit to share capital account because of this receivable. See, जब receivable बढ़ता है तो आपका asset बढ़ता है. Asset जब बढ़ता है तो आपका liability भी बढ़ना चाहिए, तब जब क्या आपका balance sheet tally होगा. So we have to give a credit to our share capital because this share final call is going to reflect your equity share capital. So I'm going to give a credit. Sorry, यहाँ पे debit लिखा है गलती से, यहाँ पे debit नहीं आएगा. It's just purely credit. Okay. So to share capital account. So my crisp journal entry is going to be share final call account debit to share capital account, equity share capital account. What is the meaning of this journal entry? I'm giving a debit to share final call account because a receivable is getting created, and I'm giving a credit to my share capital account because a liability is getting created. So मेरा asset भी बढ़ गया, that is receivable भी बढ़ गया, और मेरा liability, that is मेरा equity share capital भी बढ़ गया. Now this receivable is being received. This receivable, that is the ये जो share final call account है, दिख रहा है ना आप लोग को share final call account? This share final call account is being received. This is just like debtors. Debtors are nothing but receivables जिनसे आपको पैसे मिलने होते हैं. तो जब पैसे आपको आते डेटर्स से आप क्या एंट्री पास करते हो? कैश बैंक अकाउंट डेबिट टू डेटर्स, तो यहाँ पर भी हम वही एंट्री पास करेंगे, कैश बैंक अकाउंट डेबिट टू शेयर फाइनल कॉल अकाउंट। तो जिसको हमने पहले डेबिट किया था हम इसको अभी क्रेडिट करेंगे, सो दैट दिस अकाउंट गेट्स स्ट्राइक्ड ऑफ, ये निकल जाएगा, हट जाएगा हमारे बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट्स में से। सो first is making of final call, second one is receipt of the final call amount, so this is going to be bank account debit to share final call account. Okay, so in very simple terms, when you make a final call you are creating a receivable, okay, against a liability, and when you are receiving the final call you are receiving money against the receivable। तो आपका बैलेंस शीट टैली ही है, आपका बैलेंस शीट ऊपर नीचे आगे पीछे नहीं हो रहा है, योर बैलेंस शीट इज जस्ट सिंपली एंड प्रॉपरली गेटिंग टैलीड। Could you all understand this? You all understand this? Are you all understanding journal entries? I hope आप लोग journal entries by heart नहीं करो, because we are putting a lot of efforts on journal entries. I hope you all are able to understand journal entries कि भाई debit किया तो क्यों किया, credit किया तो क्यों किया. I don't want anybody to by heart journal entries. Journal entries by heart करने वाले I don't like that. It's very bad to by heart journal entries. So please do not by heart any journal entries. Whenever we are learning journal entries, understand it, understand the root cause of it. Okay, क्या implication हो रहा है, asset है, liability है, receivable है, payable है, expenditure है, income है, ये चीज हमको जानना बहुत जरूरी है। Okay, so I really hope that you all are able to understand the journal entry by the meaning, and you all are not by hearting the journal entry. Yes, correct? So this is the first part of our entry. Okay, ये पहला entry है हमारा। पहला entry था if the shares are partly paid up then make them fully paid up by making a final call। क्या करना है, अगर हमारा shares partly paid up है, यानी कि अगर fully paid up नहीं है तो हम क्या करेंगे, एक final call करेंगे और ये partly paid up shares को हम fully paid up shares में convert करेंगे, जिसके दो entries आएंगे, एक होता है final call करना और दूसरा होता है final call के पैसे उठाना। So when you are making a final call, your journal entry is share final call account debit to share capital account, okay, and when you are receiving the final call amount, your entry is going to be bank account debit to share final call account. All right, I hope this is clear. Next is for sale of any assets or investments to arrange cash for buyback. So a while ago I told you all that buyback के time पे company may require short term funding, right? तो at such point of time company अपने assets को बेच सकती है या investments को, marketable investments को बेच सकती है, and वो बेचकर company कुछ cash balance अपने पास जमा करके रख सकती है। Okay, so sorry, so here money is coming in, आपका investment जा रहा है, आपका asset बाहर जा रहा है, so debit what comes in, since cash bank is coming in, cash is coming in, so debit what comes in, cash account debit to credit what goes out, that is asset is going out, so to asset account or investment account. So very simple journal entry, bank account debit to asset account. So bank आपका बैलेंस बढ़ रहा है, बैंक का asset है, आपका कैश बैलेंस बढ़ रहा है, asset है, बैलेंस जब बढ़ता है डेबिट, दैट इज एसेट जब आपका बढ़ता है तो उसको डेबिट कर दो, और ये एसेट आपका जा रहा है बाहर, मतलब बुक्स में से निकल जाएगा, आपका बैलेंस घट रहा है, आपका एसेट का बैलेंस कम हो रहा है, आपका इन्वेस्टमेंट्स भी जा रहा है, मतलब इन्वेस्टमेंट्स का वैल्यू भी घट रहा है आपके अकाउंट्स में से, एंड व्हेन एन एसेट रिड्यूसेस वी आर गोइंग टू क्रेडिट इट, सो बैंक अकाउंट डेबिट टू एसेट अकाउंट, सिंपल एज दैट। नाउ इन बिटवीन यू कैन हैव a profit or a loss element, okay, so there may be scenario you are where you are selling your assets or your investment at a profit or loss, or obviously at the market price, which may be at a profit or at a loss, so at such point of time ये profit and loss को हम accordingly profit and loss account में transfer कर देंगे। okay, so say for example if I am having asset worth ₹5,000, जो मेरा book value है 5,000 का है, और मैंने उसे 7,000 रुपए में बेच दिया, okay, मतलब मेरे को कैश कितना मिलने वाला है हाथ में, how much of cash I am getting जब मैं एक asset को 7,000 में बेचूंगा तब, when I am selling an asset for, जब मैं एक 5,000 के 7,000 lakhs, तो घपले कर दिए, 2 0 बढ़ा दिया तूने, 5,000 बोला मैंने, 5,000 and 7,000 बोला, लाख नहीं, बट शी इज राइट, 7 बराबर का, सो 5,000 का बुक वैल्यू का एसेट मैं 7,000 में बेच रहा हूँ, तो कितना कैश मुझे मिलने वाला है हाथ में, 7,000 रुपीज, बराबर, आई एम गोइंग टू गेट 7,000 रुपीज इन हैंड, सो दिस 7,000 रुपीज इंक्लूड्स माय कॉस्ट ऑफ द एसेट एंड माय प्रॉफिट आल्सो, इसमें कॉस्ट भी है प्रॉफिट भी है, ओके, तो मैं जितना पैसा आ रहा है उसको डेबिट करूंगा, सो बैंक अकाउंट डेबिट 7,000 रुपीज, Now I'm going to credit my asset to asset account. Asset का book value कितना था? 5,000 रुपया था, तो मैं 5,000 लिख दूँ. Is my journal entry matching? Is my journal entry matching? नहीं, it's not going to,
No,
because
sir.
yeah, it's not going to, because my debit is going to overcast. मेरे डेबिट में 7,000 दिखाएगा, क्रेडिट में सिर्फ 5,000 दिखाएगा, तो मेरे को क्रेडिट में 5,000 सॉरी क्रेडिट में 2,000 डालना पड़ेगा. And that 2,000 is going to be my profit on sale of asset. Okay, see, we are giving a credit to those profit on sale of asset, and as per the nominal account golden rule, debit expenses losses, credit incomes and gains. ये गेन हो गया ना हमारे लिए, 2,000 रुपया गेन हुआ कि नहीं? सो गेन को तो हम क्रेडिट ही करने वाले. सो टू प्रॉफिट ऑन सेल ऑफ एसेट, इन क्रेडिट इनकम्स एंड गेन्स, ऐसे करके हम इसको क्रेडिट करते हैं. सो दैट्स हाउ वी गेट दिस जर्नल एंट्री ऑफ बैंक अकाउंट डेबिट टू एसेट टू प्रॉफिट ऑन सेल ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट्स. समझ में आ रही है बात? करेक्ट. दैट्स हाउ वी पास अ जर्नल एंट्री फॉर प्रॉफिट ऑन सेल ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट और एसेट. बट यू मे ऑल्सो हैव लॉसेस. आप कभी कभी लॉस में भी बेच सकते हो. अगर आप लॉस में बेच रहे हो तो इट विल बी उल्टा यानी कि आपका बैंक अकाउंट डेबिट ही होगा, एसेट अकाउंट क्रेडिट ही होगा. लेकिन जो प्रॉफिट लॉस एलिमेंट है, प्रॉफिट का तो बात ही नहीं है, बिकॉज आप ऑलरेडी लॉस पे हो, तो लॉस आपके डेबिट में आ जाएगा, बिकॉज डेबिट एक्सपेंसेस एंड लॉसेस. समझो 5,000 का एसेट आप 4,500 में बेच रहे हो, ठीक है. सो इन दिस केस कितने पैसे आपको आए हाथ में? आपको सिर्फ 4,500 रुपए हाथ में आए, तो 4,500 विल गेट डेबिट टू योर बैंक अकाउंट. ओके. टू एसेट कितने की थी? 5,000 की थी. सो आप 5,000 लिख दोगे. सो योर क्रेडिट साइड is showing 5,000 and debit is showing only rupees 4,500. So that means your credit is overcasting by rupees 500. तो हम लोग डेबिट में 500 रुपए की एक एंट्री पास करेंगे, and that entry is going to be nothing but your loss on sale of asset. So वो profit and loss में चार्ज हो जाएगा. I mean accordingly आपका लॉस, आपका प्रॉफिट्स कम हो जाएगा बेसिकली. ओके. So that is what is this sale of investments or assets for cash during buyback. So दो चीजें हमने देखी. One was converting partly paid up shares into fully paid up, and the second one was sale of any asset or investment to arrange cash for buyback. Fine. I hope you all understood what we did. याद रहेगा सबको हमने आज क्या क्या किया? Yes, people.